The following audio presentation is mainly about Joseph Wathen, my convict ancestor. Joseph Wathen was born around 1817, at Gloucestershire in southwest England. His parents, John Wathen and Judith Marston, had been married on 18th of November 1810, at Stroud Waters, Gloucestershire in England. On 28th of June 1836, Joseph was on trial at Gloucestershire Quarter Session, where it was stated that he was 19 years old. The record I have mentioned that Joseph was imprisoned, but unfortunately did not note what he did wrong. On 8th of March 1837, Joseph was trialed at Gloucester Quarter Session for stealing lead, and he was sentenced for 7 years. At his trial it was mentioned that he had previously served 6 months in prison. As a convict, it was reported that Joseph Wathen was 5 foot 6 inches tall, with dark brown hair, dark hazel eyes, he could read and write, was a Protestant, single, and he worked as a hawker. He had a ruddy complexion, the mark of a burn on the left cheek, a man, woman and mole inside lower right arm, a man leaning on an anchor on upper arm, a woman and child inside lower left arm, and a scar on back of forefinger on left hand. Joseph was one of 280 male convicts to board the convict ship Asia, around 20th of July 1837. They were progressively joined by about 30 sailors and military men, plus 9 wives and 7 children. Finally, with favorable weather, on Friday 4th of August 1837, the Asia commanded by Captain Benjamin Freeman, set sail from Tor Bay, bound for Sydney in New South Wales. Tor Bay is the harbour town near Torquay in County Devon, England. Convicts were housed below deck, and confined there, behind prison bars. They slept on hammocks, and at times, some were allowed up on deck, for exercise and fresh air. During the voyage, the convicts ate bread, salted beef or pork, peas, oatmeal, butter, cheese and hardtack. Hardtack is an inexpensive and long-lasting biscuit, made from flour, water, and sometimes salt. They occasionally also got to eat fruit and vegetables. The voyage from England to Australia wasn't a luxury cruise, and 3 convicts died during the trip. The surgeon on board was John Gannon, and as you can learn from the following list, he was kept very busy. According to the daily sick list, many convicts, passengers, and crew got sick from such things as fever, catarrh, vertigo, ulcers, constipation, diarrhea, coughs, boils, headaches, pain, hernia and inflammation. My great-great-great-grandfather, Joseph Wathen, was on the sick list as Joseph Wathen, aged 20, prisoner, sick or hurt, Perigo, put on sick list, 12th of August 1837, discharged cured, on 22nd of August 1837. Perigo is a dermopathy disease of the scalp. They sailed near Madeira, Portugal on 18th of August, and crossed the equator on 17th of September. After rounding the Cape of Good Hope, at the bottom of Africa, the Asia caught the Roaring Forties, to speed its way across the Indian Ocean to Australia. Finally, after 120 days at sea, the Asia docked at Sydney, on Saturday 2nd of December 1837. However, as they had to be processed on arrival, the last of the convicts didn't disembark the ship till Monday 11th of December 1837. For your extra information, the convict ship Asia was built by Matthew Smith at Calcutta in India. She was a 3-masted merchant ship for Charles Hackett, and was launched in 1815. The ship had a length of 37.3 meters and a beam of 9.4 meters. To protect the wooden hull below water level, it was sheathed in copper in 1822. Apart from Joseph's voyage to Sydney in 1837, the Asia also took convicts to Hobart in 1827, to Sydney in 1831, to Hobart in 1841 and again to Hobart in 1847. The Asia retired from service in 1858 and was broken up in 1860. On arrival in New South Wales, the convicts, according to their skills, were assigned to do work for government projects like buildings, bridges and roads. Convicts who did not have a special skill usually worked outdoors as laborers for free settlers. Unfortunately, a lot of the work that the convicts did around the colony affected Aboriginal people. Cutting down trees and clearing land destroyed traditional hunting grounds. Catching fish from the rivers meant there was less available for Aboriginal people to feed their families. Building farms and fences made it harder for Aboriginal people to travel across the land they had hunted on for thousands of years. In New South Wales, Joseph Wathen was assigned to do farm work for D. Ryrie in the district of St. Vincent, located between Sydney and Queanbeyan. On 10 January 1842, he obtained a ticket of leave for the district of Queanbeyan. A ticket of leave passport, dated 1 July 1842, allowed Joseph to proceed to Manaroo, in the service of William Graham. Joseph was given a further ticket of leave passport, on 20 April 1843, which permitted him to remain in the service of Mr. Cosgrove, at Manaroo for 12 months. Manaroo, a small town near Queanbeyan, is now called Monaro. A certificate of freedom was issued on 5 March 1845, so hence he would not require permission to marry. Joseph is not listed as having appeared before the Queanbeyan bench of magistrates for any misdemeanor during his convict years in New South Wales. Joseph Wathen married Mary Longmore on Tuesday 3 June 1845 in the Presbyterian Church of Scotland at Pitt Town in New South Wales. Mary had been born on 15 October 1826 at Bushmills in Northern Ireland. The service was conducted by George MacPhee, and the marriage was witnessed by Robert and Elizabeth Longmore. Joseph and Mary had a very productive life, bearing 10 children, most of whom were born after 1850, which is when they moved from New South Wales to Victoria. My great-great-grandmother, Ellen Wathen, was born on Saturday 18 February 1854, at Barrabull Hills, near Geelong in Victoria. Ellen Wathen married Thomas McGinn on 7 January 1870 at Ararat. Among their children was Ellen McGinn, born on 8 May 1871 at Armstrong. Ellen McGinn married Johann Gerlach on 3 February 1892 at Horsham. Among their children was Emma Gerlach, born on 8 October 1897 at Horsham. Emma Gerlach married Robert Hudson on 8 October 1921 at Horsham. Among their children was Wallace Hudson, born on 30 June 1924 at Murrumbina. Wallace Hudson married June Schultz on 7 October 1947 at Murtoa. Among their children was Trevor Hudson, born on Sunday 3 July 1949 at Murtoa. Later siblings were Peter and Cheryl Hudson. Trevor Hudson married Jennifer Burdett on Saturday 30 December 1978 at West Preston. They lived in Glen Waverley, an eastern suburb of Melbourne, and had 2 children. Leah Hudson was born on Monday 30th of April 1984. Andrew Hudson was born on Friday 16th of May 1986. In 1989, Trevor Hudson printed his 100-page family history book, called Hudson at Mertoa Past Links Revealed. Unfortunately, all 100 copies have now been distributed. However, you may read the book online at http://home.vicnet.net.au/Mertoa. In 2017, Wallace Hudson finished writing his 134-page book called From Boy Scout to Bush Barrister, which details his very interesting life. The book is available for loan from libraries in Ringwood, Glen Waverley, Rosebud, and at Horsham, in Victoria, Australia. Fortunately, in late 2021, Vision Australia produced an MP3 audio file of Dad's book, so my 97-year-old father, who is now vision impaired, can listen to his book. I hope you enjoyed listening to this audio presentation, produced on a computer, by Trevor Hudson, and mainly about Joseph Wathen, my convict ancestor.